Tall outfighter versus shorter, stockier, big hitter is a common scenario seen throughout all of the weight classes across combat sports. It's very rare that you don't see at least one example on any given fight night, and for this reason, the book has long been written on how to fight a tall opponent, and vice versa. In kickboxing, as a rule of thumb, the tall man should be throwing most of his strikes straight, favouring the jab and lead teep, reserving the backside for dominant angles, combinations, and getting their back off the ropes. They should show a lot of fakes in order to make their opponent hesitant, and bait over commitments, which can be punished with counters or provide an extra second to evade a dangerous position. They should implement lots of defensive footwork, moving side to side, changing direction and faking one way to go the other, all in an effort to keep themselves in the centre portion of the ring and away from the ropes. Every backward step the tall man takes increases the likelihood of their opponent being able to trap them against the fence, plant their feet and throw bombs. However, if the shorter fighter can't get close enough to effectively plant their feet, a lot of that power will be negated. Alexandre and Juan Cervantes fought recently in an action-packed Muay Thai bout for 1FC, and it serves as a great example of how the taller man can do almost everything right and still come away empty-handed. Cervantes threw a high volume of round kicks to keep his man at the end of kicking range. Straight kicks are normally preferred for this application, but he abandoned them early after almost getting caught after throwing one. He's shown lots of fakes and misdirection to keep his man guessing. Displayed evasive footwork, getting his back away from the cage wall and maintaining a safer distance. And he clinched up when he found himself trapped or hurt. A smart game plan that often works out for the best, though smart game plans aren't always enough. Alexandre was able to endure all of this because 1, he's tough as nails, but 2, and more importantly, his defence was nigh on immaculate. Searching for counter shots throughout, most of his attempts were fruitless, but one exchange was all he needed to close the show. 1 minute and 23 seconds into the second round, Cosmo delivered a devastating elbow that finished the fight, and the sequence of events that led to that finish were masterful on his part, well worth taking a closer look. As you've seen throughout, Alexandre has been the man moving forwards and trying to press the action. So in this moment where the ref calls for action, he knows in the back of his mind it's likely to make Cervantes lead. Perfectly anticipating the lazy jab, Cosmo splits his feet to take his head off the centre line and begin the transfer of his body weight from back foot to front. His left hand comes across to parry the jab just in case, and the right hand circles over the top of that lazy jab in time with the weight transfer to land on the target with as much momentum as possible. Clearly stunned, Cervantes does the right thing once again and forces a clinch. Cosmo pivots about his lead foot and pulls his man into the space he's created to clear room up the middle for a big knee. Following the knee, he readjusts his base once again to acquire the mechanical advantage. And with the same motion used for throwing a left hook, he moves his man into a long clinch position, where he can pummel his right hand inside his opponent's left. From there, with no more than 10 inches between his elbow and Cervantes' chin, he drops his level slightly and drives off the floor, directing his weight like a snake, through his feet into his legs, into his hips and core, finally through the elbow,